Hello and welcome back to another episode of Sunless Sea. I think I skipped an episode. Yeah, I did. I did skip an episode there, but I'm back. As I said in my Chill Up It video, this is a series that I plan on continuing for a little while. For a few reasons. It's easy to record. It's fun to play. Yeah, I think that's the two main reasons. It doesn't get a lot of views, but it's okay, I guess. So yeah, I'm here where I left off in Frostfound, and I think we didn't explore this last time, so that's what we're doing right now. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life. But the pitiable encampment squats by the dock. Okay, so we have a few options. We can engage an officer, the tireless mechanic, but we have the magician for that engineering spot, so I don't think we... Yeah, we don't have a spot for him. It would be very cheap though, 20 echoes. No, we'll skip on him anyway. We can take tea of the squatters at the dock. Some of them wear the robes of irregular fishes. Some look like withered folk, but even more ragged. But they do seem a little more practical than either of those peoples. Something we could do, we could ask the squatters about the castle. You notice they avoid looking at it directly. We can't enter. We need 50 mirrors and less than 20 terror. We have exactly 20, but we don't have the 50 mirrors. We only have 34. But yeah, we can work on that. Now we can create a port report, which we'll do. But I think we'll have... Let's have tea. A surprisingly warm welcome. We're keeping his depths for the game of truths, a helpful little fisher explains as he fills your cup for the third time. Every year the people of Irem and Wither meet here for, she pauses, contests. She finished vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. We spend the present few hours while the tea is supplemented with Iremi liquors, pale Wither beer, and something the riddle fishers describes blandly as snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave, but keep enough to spare, the riddle fisher grins. From time to time a captain gets lost, comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. Okay, so that's very nice. You get fuel and supplies. We lost some terror. That's good. And there are some contests here, and no one ever entered the castle. So that might be something we could try. We get our mirrors high enough. Just something we could work on, I guess. But let's create a port report. What are the squatters up to? Bickering amiably. Not all are irregular within. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor. Now and then a very cold, very sad rubbery man. But for the most part an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. Okay. So I guess that's it up here. There are no shops. There's no shipyard, so nothing much we can do. Other than find a new destination to sail towards. And I have no idea where I want to go next. I think our quest thing, the Admiralty told us to go east, right? Retrieve strategic information from the Chelnet far to the east. Far to the east. That could be something. Because I still need the Muta Sword or Devil Bone dice, but I haven't found any of those. So yeah. We have a decent amount of fuel, but not crazy much. I guess let's head towards the southeast here a bit. Yeah, we can worst case we swing by Gator's Morn. I think there was a shop there that sold fuel. Should we should be able to get back to London, for sure. And then, well, maybe we'll have enough to go to the new. I already forgot again. Right is some distance to north. What? Is there more up there? Maybe. But yeah, I want to enter the castle at some point. So if we ever get our mirrors high enough, that's something I would be very interested in. I think. Some fog here. Let's try to go around it, I guess. Just to keep our terror down. It's not that high, but still. No need to risk anything here. Unterzee is a long way to the east. Okay, could head there, I guess. Sure, why not? Is that it already? Looks like it is. Is it a... That's an interesting statue. Guy with a crown holding a rat. Is this another red island? It could be. I don't know, do the reds still like me? I mean, I stole the red star last time I interacted with them, so maybe not. McMaster's Haven. Let's see what this island has to offer. Do not return, sender. Interesting. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. An enormous crowned statues cast a chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with red eyes. Their ceaseless chittering roars like the tide. Interesting. Assemble port report. You may not be very familiar with the locals yet, but you can provide a preliminary overview. I think we'll try to get acquainted with the people of Nuncio a bit before we do that. Let's go to the Postman's Tavern. The inky blotter is its core. The sign doesn't look like much. Warmer inside than it looks. Faces turn in your direction, but no one seems surprised to have a new arrival on the island. Lit by two roaring fires, one at either end of the room. The bartender is in postman's uniform, like almost all of the patrons. A noseless postal inspector called Blunt Thomas delivers the drinks, clears tables, stacks the firewood. Okay, you can listen in on postal tales, ask why the local currency consists of rats, ask about the big statue in the center of the island, ask how they all occupy themselves or they... Yes, let's listen in on postal tales. Fishermen brag about fish that got away. Postmen brag about hard deliveries. Amazing what you get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance. Letters curled through the narrow slots. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open. The servants they bribed. The delivery surcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to get rid of one more packet. It's hard to tell which they hate more, the senders of mail or the recipients. Stands to reason, if the message was a welcome one, to tell the other fellow in person, reflects the hairless postwoman. Okay, so that helped our friendship with the postman. Ask why the hairless postwoman is hairless. I don't know. In my experience, asking people questions like that is usually not a good move. Especially when you're not very familiar with them. So I think I won't. Yeah, let's avoid that one for now. Yeah, let's ask why the local currency consists of rats. I think that's a innocent question. 2 strings of rats for a pint of ale. 3 strings for wine. 5 for the tolerable brandy under the bar. Scarcity is not an issue. The hairless postwoman at the end of the bar smiles mirthlessly. Or maybe it's just the lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough carrying the things around, you get into the habit, she says. Then she tells you that if you stay out late enough, you'll see some of the postmen making a procession to the center of the island, stringing up wreaths around the statue, like Yuletide decorations in prayer to an ancient deity of this place. From the coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you'd guess this is a story they often tell to newcomers. Okay, then... yeah, let's ask about the statue. It's been brought up, so why not? If there were a guidebook for visitors, it would have to be the first entry. Yeah, I agree. Oh, it's all of us, isn't it? Sort of the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more of an explanation than that. Though the hairless postwoman tells you it didn't always look like a foreign postman, or it used to have a different face and a more old-fashioned outfit. Okay, so it changed. It changed the statue, apparently. What else can I do? Yeah, let's ask how they occupy themselves all day. There must be more than this. Dead letter office. Big building, center of town. Hard to miss. You can work there too if you want. It's not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. Okay, so I'm invited to serve, and I'm accepted by the locals now, so I'm sort of friends with the postman. I guess that's good. Ask to borrow a uniform. If you to fit in here, you'll need one. Yes, let's do that. Look, but not touch. They're polite, even apologetic about your request. You're welcome here and welcome to take shift at the dead letter office, but you cannot wear a uniform unless you were a postal employee back in foreign London. Regulations. Blunt Thomas lets you have a look at his uniform check at least. Neat stitching, gilded buttons, a thin but dignified circle of braid at the collar. Inside, a patch that goes over the heart, stitches with 6 red letters. You can't read it, but it makes your eyes itch and your scalp feel like burning. Interesting. Okay, and let's go back to the docks. And I guess I can take a shift. Yeah, try a shift at the dead letter office. Let's do that. Why not? There's a sign of a cancel stamp over the door. Extensive tour. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office, a small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business. A much larger set of back offices where newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. A dank, briny smell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spent time in the water before they arrived here. In the back room is a machine manned, ratted by a postal rat, a Ratusfaber in a pinstriped hat. It showers sludge damp letters into the machine's hopper, and they come out dried, cleaned, pressed, and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. Okay. One has various possible occupations here. None could be described as fast-paced. Okay, so I can offer employment to the postal rat's niece. He asks it as a favor, and she sounds well trained and eager. Interesting. I can't ask for the keys yet. Keys to the basement. Claim a respectable envelope from the dead letter selection. Converse with the postal rat. End my shifts. Man the collections window. Make a study of what goes on in the back room. Sure, let's hire the rat, why not? Strongest possible recommendation. The postal rat is grateful and says to the soul at length and in a variety of ways. Only so much work to go around on Nuncio. She keeps asking to assist me here, but as you can see, the gesture had heaps of loose gears and unhooked chains. I hardly require any assistance, and my research is that's so delicate at a stage. But she's an excellent worker, very bright, like her mother. Okay. That's all for now. Can I go back? Can I just... Oh yeah, that wasn't tied to anything. I just can go back and take another shift. The bell chimes above the door. The feathered Manning collections looks awake for half a second when you come in until he realizes you're here to relieve him. Yeah, okay, I can ask the rat now for the key to the basement. There are doors in the dead letter office that you've never seen open. Surely you can be trusted. Should be. No troubadour. He's surprised by the request. Most postmen don't like it down there. No one ever asks for a key, but he'll cut you a new one. Just be careful in there and come out if you start to feel wrong. Okay. So that leads to the question, what's going on in the basement if you have to come out once you start feeling wrong? But I mean, sure, but we'll try. Go down there. The key is warm in your pocket, deep and deeper. You had expected a few shelves of surprise, more files of letters, a few years older. No, it is a pit, so deep that lantern light does not show the bottom. A spiral walkway descends along its wall, and the spiral opens wider as it goes, as if you were looking through the narrow end of a very large shell. Lining this wall are shelves and nooks, unevenly sized. Some are a few inches square and contain single scrolls of papyrus. Others support crates bigger than coffins. They're made of a woody fungus grown to meet requirements. There are no marks of carpentry or any of the postal rat's handiwork. 3 turns down the spiral and you feel you can't breathe. Time to leave. You can come back later, maybe. Very interesting. Give us some terror. Can go back to the basement, and I don't think that will make any sense. Yeah, let's talk to the rat about the basement. Gives you something new to chat about. Troubled but not surprised. They say that's been there since before we came, before there were Londoners underneath, before there was a dead letter office, there was someone else, and they built the last layer on top of what was there before, and so on. When you press him a little further, he says, I've been down there, didn't like it much, but I wanted to test my machine. Thought if it could handle some of the very old dead letters, that would be a good sign, you know? Evidence the machine was in working order. Good, strong, sorting categories and so forth. He pauses. There's letters down there. Set your hair on fire if you so much as look at them. See the bald patch on my left leg? That wasn't a machine accident. Oh no, that's cinched right off as soon as I put my nose into one of them letters. Okay, I have another tale of terror and an extraordinary implication. And we're familiar with the flaming letters, and we're still friends with Nuncio, I guess. Okay. Descend into the basement with flame, properly equipped, candles for the way and the flare for the bottom. Oh, okay, so that's something we could work towards as well. 5 foxfire candles. Purchase these at Mrs. Blenty's shipside provisioners. And a flare, which I've seen in a bunch of stores or shops. So, yeah, that's something we can do. Descend into the basement with mirrors. Arrange contraptions, divert light, illuminate what has been dark a long time. Yeah, we don't have very high mirrors though, so no, I don't think I want to do that. There's so much to do here, it's a great island. I guess, yeah, let's explore along the beach, why not? There's a long stretch of shale dotted with washed up kegs and barrels and smaller flotsam. The rocks slip and slither underfoot, but you keep your balance. Okay, we can collect material for the dead letter office. That's where all this flotsam belongs. It can be sorted. Or we can take soundings. Perhaps there's some evidence of the great hollowness underneath these shores. Sure, let's do that. Depth below. Striking the ground causes the stones to shift and rattle. It is hard at first to hear anything more than that, but if you try long enough and strike hard enough, the whole beach shivers like the surface of a drum. The flotsam letters quiver and align themselves in concentric circles around the point of impact. The next wave brings ashore 3 or 4 times the usual freight. Interesting. Okay, let's collect some material as well, why not? will of its own, you make your way along the shore with a big sack. Many of these envelopes are too damp to read, their addresses permanently lost, but a surprising number are still legible. There are also parcels. Here and there is a crate, a message in a wine bottle, a sealed cask that has bobbed up out of a shipwreck. The sack ought to get heavy with all these contents, but it pours upwards in the way, straining inland towards the dead letter office like an unmanageable dog. Interesting, very interesting, this island. It's weird. Then let's go back to the docks, because I can't really do anything else here. And now I think I can probably go back to the dead letter office. And yeah, feed your undelivered letters into the sorting machine. The gleaming hopper awaits. 52 categories. After prolonged whirring, the machine begins to distribute 7 invitations etched in gilt into the correspondence of the aristocracy slot. 2 oversized parcels probably containing books into the books tray. 1 stamped bronze tablet that drops with a clang into a bin marked First City. The postal rat watches all this with an air of satisfaction. Okay, that didn't really do anything for us because we're already friends. So yeah, let's end the shift. Some report. Most of the inhabitants were Londoners once, but it doesn't mean they are now. Uniform behavior. Cataloging all the peculiarities of the place takes many pages. The tailor who imports gilt buttons and braids just to be able to keep everyone's uniform in condition. The fashion of wearing a post bag with nothing inside. Wearing it open, wearing it upside down, torn apart or as a hat, wearing it in any way that will show it doesn't have letters in it. Then there are sitting rooms, papered in cancelled stamps, the bergamot pomegranate curd on toast, the commerce in red corpses, the hatred of cats, the absolute custom against ever issuing a paper of invitation for any event, no matter how former. It's the familiarity, the not quite Londonness of the place that makes it all so odd. Okay, so I think that does it for today's episodes. Okay, we can buy some fuel and supplies here. That's good. We can keep that in mind. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this new episode of Sunless Sea, and I'll see you in the next one in 2 days. Bye bye.